Hello.
And welcome. Is this number 6 already?
I don't know. I'm just confused because I've thrown myself off the last two
So
times.
it's number 6 of the original and 3 of the season
unoriginal.
2.
So yeah.
No, season 2.
Yeah.
And we're back this week recording one day early, so it's actually a Tuesday.
Because Aileen's going on a trip of a lifetime.
I'm on a trip of a lifetime to Jakarta.
Leaving Bali.
First time I'm leaving Bali.
First time in a year.
Yeah, but I'm going to like Indonesia.
Indonesia. She's not leaving
Indonesian mainland.
the country. Oh no, Indonesia can't. Stupid.
No,
Okay, let's just cut that out.
Just
Anyway.
dig the hole.
Yeah, don't even bother. Don't even bother.
So I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Yeah.
But I'll be back again.
On Friday.
I'm leaving tomorrow till Friday. So we're recording a day early.
We usually record on a Wednesday. We're recording on a Tuesday.
But it'll still be out on a Friday. So
still be on a Friday.
Happy Friday if you're listening.
Happy Friday. Well, it better be.
It will be.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy Friday if you're listening.
Happy Friday again.
But yeah, so
nearly the end of July as well.
Nearly the end of July.
Next week's gonna be August.
Oh my god. And
stop it.
Yeah, stop.
That's
and like
insane.
we both have the best tan lines.
Yeah,
ever.
I'm actually still a bit burnt as well. I'm matching the I'm matching my red top. I don't know how it's still here to be honest, but anyway.
We have jeans on as well because it was actually quite dull, rainy outside today.
Yeah, and then as soon as we got here, it got sunny.
It was sunny.
And these jeans are super tight, and this corset top is super tight. I'm so
just
cold.
Wasn't the good idea to
no, I just can't breathe.
Wear this outfit to sit down.
Nah, it's grand.
We look good, so
we're looking past it.
But yeah, I can't believe it's almost August already. Like next week will be
I
August.
actually can't get over that. I remember we were only reminiscing on January yesterday, and we were like, that literally seems like...
January was
a PTSD month.
January was a very weird time in our life, let's just say. Everyone was like, yeah, ready to start 2022. Like, Corona over, everyone was ready, and we were just like, they're probably the worst.
Yeah, do you know what? January blues is a thing, though. And that's when my birthday is as well. I was born in January, so...
Yeah.
Literally a month after Christmas Eve.
Definitely didn't have January blues then when you were born.
Nah, well...
It's like, best day of my life. She actually said that when it was on FaceTime yesterday. She's like, best day of my life when you guys are born.
Yeah, she listened to the last podcast, and I think we said in the podcast, we were like...
That was the best day
Mom,
of my life.
It was the best day of Mom's life. And she's like, do you know what? It actually was the best day of my life. I was like...
The moment she felt truly happy.
So sweet. Do you know what she texted me as well on WhatsApp? You should really stop cursing in the podcast. This morning, I got a voice note from her saying you should stop cursing in the podcast. It just doesn't look great. I was like, Mom, leave me alone.
Sure, how we ground, next.
I know, no ground, we know, we're cursing.
But yeah, so July's almost over, coming into August. Yeah. And like, I was listening to a song and...
What's August? Oh, no, it's the end of summer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still summer. August is August.
September is
autumn.
Yeah.
But it's Leo season. It's Leo season, baby. Shout out to you, Michael. Told you I'd give you a shout out.
Don't even know what that is. No, that's like the star signs.
Star signs. But yeah, so August almost over, and I was listening to a song the other day, and it was like, life moves fast when you're doing what you want. And that is so true. Like when you...
Yeah, in Bali.
Yeah,
it moves
life
super
moves
fast.
so quickly.
I refer to Bali, and not just me, but everybody refers to Bali as like Neverland, because like...
As a bubble.
It's just a bubble. It's just... I don't know where time goes. There's no such thing as time here.
Like
there really
days
is
of the
not.
week.
Like weather changes and stuff, but like...
It's
relatively,
August almost.
Yeah.
Like
I've never had time go this fast in my life.
But that's what I'm saying.
Dad always says the time moves fast as you get older anyways.
Yeah.
But this is like another level. Like you need to come out here to experience it.
Life moves fast when you're doing what you want. It does.
Yeah,
because when you're like, when you don't have to like spend hours in a job, like you're waiting for your shift to be over at 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, or being like, like working 9 to 5 every day, Monday to Friday, if that's not what you want to do, and then you're waiting for the weekends to just have like to live your life like the way you want to live it. Life goes so slow that way because you're just waiting all the time for the next moment.
I used to be like, right, I can't wait for May to finish my exams, can't wait for Life Fest, can't wait for this, can't wait for that. For something else. I was like, I can't wait. And then I like started to rephrase it to I'm excited for.
Yeah, exactly. And like Mel Robbins, she says like if you're constantly waiting for the next moment, it means you're feeling stuck in the current one.
And you're never present as well.
Yeah, so you want to be like if you're feeling constantly stuck, you want to then do something where you can like be doing something in your life that you don't feel like you always have to wait
like
for
you're
the next
enjoying
moment.
the journey rather than the end goal. Like anything, say if this like if you're training for a marathon, like, just don't wait for that marathon. Like, enjoy training each day, or like getting up to train each day rather than
and I feel like when you do wake up in the morning, like, say I'm sitting out for my coffee, I'm like, okay, right, what am I going to do today? And I'm thinking of what I'm going to do next moment, but I'm still drinking my coffee and be like, oh, I love this, or like, yeah, you get to go to the beach in the afternoon to sunbathe, like you still look forward to things.
Yeah, you still look forward
to it, but you're not like, you can't wait for the moment. Whereas like, I feel
like even if you don't
get
to do that specific thing you're looking forward to, you're like, oh, whatever. But I feel like if at home you didn't get to do that thing you're looking forward to, you literally have like a conniption, you have a meltdown.
Like if your night out was cancelled the weekend because you're looking forward to that so much during the week. Sure. So like, the thing is to just do what you want to do every day. Like, it's like, then it doesn't feel like you're just waiting for the next moment. Like, and life moves fast when you're doing what you want.
Which and that kind of brings us in. That wasn't in sync.
That kind of brings us into our diving deep segment of today, which is
of the week.
Is if money wasn't an option or an object, what would you be doing?
What I'm doing now.
How did we come about this question? What happened this week that
we just seen that life can turn in like the flip of a coin. You know, it can literally be gone in the flip of a coin, and life is just so precious, and nobody. It's like a harsh truth that like nobody is granted the next day.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And
like, you can think,
cliche.
oh, that's not gonna happen to me.
Yeah,
or
it's so cliche.
This is gonna happen to me. Like, oh, I don't attract that shit. Blah blah blah. And but you just never know literally what's around the corner. You know.
So
like, if you're like
you know, we're saying like, so many of us to spend our life living it, like, and we can't wait for the next moment because like we can't wait for the weekend so that we can get a job,
or stop ourselves from doing shit because they're too scared to do something.
Or like we're like waiting for our shift to be over or our whatever, like. But you know, if money was an object and you could live like, you could live your life exactly how you wanted to live it, because someone just like said, like, had a magic wand and was like, okay, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with your life? What would you do with it? Like, how would you spend your life? So I'm asking you.
Oh, sorry, I'm asking you, audience.
Well, we're asking you.
Yeah, we're asking you. Think about
listening.
But how would I spend my life? Probably what I'm doing now. More so. No, just what I'm doing now.
You're gonna say more so what?
No, this podcast and stuff, and like, like. If you helping people is literally just what brings me the most joy, because you feel like you're being of service to people, and like it's actually fulfilling. Purpose. Yeah, it's fulfilling, but also traveling and stuff as well. Like, just what I'm doing now, you know. And like, if you were to ask me this question maybe over a year ago, because we've been here a year, I would have been like, oh, traveling, doing this. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Back at home.
Yeah, I don't have. It's not that much different to what I'm actually doing now, and I feel like that's how you know you're living a life aligned to your values and stuff like that. And obviously I don't feel aligned all the time, and I feel stagnant sometimes, but it's mostly when I stop learning.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I feel the most stagnant.
Yeah. No, I totally
and feel like I'm not helping people, you know.
Like, I feel like we always kind of feel like we should be somewhere else.
Yeah.
When you're somewhere, like, even we're in Bali, and sometimes we're like, oh, we should be in Thailand, like, living it up, because, like, we're not staying here for too long.
Full moon party.
Yeah. Or when we get, like, if we're in, like, say we should be traveling the world, like, we always feel like when you're somewhere that you should be somewhere else. Even when you're in the gym working out, you're like, oh, I should be at home doing my work.
Like Stephen Bartlett has a good thing on his Instagram. It's like, if you always feel like you should be somewhere else, you're never going to be happy where you are. And then, like, and now especially.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're taking happiness away from the present moment.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I probably, if someone asked me, like, I'm going to ask myself the same question, because you haven't asked me. No. But, yeah, I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be, like, right now, you know?
And it's not, like, it's literally just a journey, and you just have to be patient as well, in a way, you know?
And I don't know if I should say on this, but when I take some shrooms.
Psychedelics. Acid.
Oh my God, no. Natural, organic shrooms.
Yeah.
I feel that, like, whenever I do it, like, life is perfect the way it is. Like, I see every cloud in the sky, every bit of grain of sand on the beach. Like, I'm like, life is just perfect the way it is.
And you
like,
don't try to change
everything.
anything.
Like, it's as it should be.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that always comes up for me when I do them. And it's like, I'm just thinking of Mom being like, geez, can't believe you said that on the podcast. Sorry, Mom, love you.
She's gonna cry, like, yeah.
But Yeah, that's like, I just think like I'm exactly where I should be. And like when it's time for me to travel, I'll just know and I'll go travel. Or when it's time for me to like
we did to come here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we just one day, it wasn't obviously we woke up and we're like, right, we're going, but like we just started putting little bits in action. We're like, and then it just became a reality then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how we got here, but yeah.
And I feel like I would, sometimes I feel like I lack purpose because I'm like, what am I doing in my life? Like, I'm not, like, you know, I don't have like a, I guess,
we're all just
like title of a job as such, or like, I'm like, what do I wake up some days? I'm like, only that I might solid in my routine is I'm going to go training. And so I'm like, what else do I do today? Like, what am I going to do? But like, you don't, like, I think because society says you have to do this, like, 9 to 5, or, like, you have to do this, but, like, we're all just winging it, like, really, like, even people that are working, like, they're only working so that they can go on holidays 2 weeks a year sometimes.
And I literally get that realization as well, not realization, but I'm like, I sometimes get them panic moments where I'm like, oh my god, I really should be, like, sitting in, like, an office right now, or, like, working my way up the ladder, because then I'm going to have this pension fund, and then I'm going to be able to, like, do the things I want in life, but, like, no, and obviously that would be against what I want to do. You know what I mean? And that
you just feel like you should be doing it because everyone else
because it's the narrative. You know what I mean?
Because everyone else is doing that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like sometimes we all need this period in our life where we're just like, okay, what the fuck?
What am I doing?
Like, what am I doing?
And it can lead you to
exactly, and that's why we're kind of making. That's why we're kind of making this podcast, because we're hoping that this will help people, and then with us like helping people like think outside the box, or like realize that it's okay to wing it in life, or you know, be like, okay, those two girls are only from the same fucking place as I'm from, or like they're just two normal
gals from Dublin, like in our first podcast.
Normal girls, or not normal, depends how you want to look at us. I keep hitting that microphone. Depends how you want to look at us, thinking we're normal, so then they're like, oh, I can do it too, and that gives us a sense of purpose.
Exactly, that's where our purpose comes from. Exactly, that's literally
where our purpose comes from.
So even if it helps one person, like that, literally just be.
Yeah, well, I know, but I know it helps people, because like people message us all the time.
It's so nice.
All the time. People send us messages like, oh my god, I love that, or like my friends will message like, like just little bits like that.
Or even bringing our dad joy, like he watches this on the big telly at home, and he like, mom says he does be like laughing, and he just texts us these really nice messages, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so nice that you can actually bring that type of
like that, like joy brings up an emotion to somebody, and like that is purpose for me. Then like, it doesn't have to be purpose where I'm like making a fucking mint from something. Like, I think people sometimes define purpose as making money from something, and
loads of people chase money as well.
But like and like purpose does follow passion, or passion follows purpose, one or the other, but like it does come from it. So like, it's not, purpose isn't always about making money from stuff. If it's helping people, or if it's like doing good, or you just feel good making it. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to record YouTube videos in my room, and
I'd like slag her so much over it as well. I wish I didn't, because she could literally be like the next Zoella now.
Yeah, I could be famous fucking YouTuber now if I wasn't so scared.
Me and my cousin would like literally get the videos and be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
But like if even if I never posted those videos, it still brought me joy as a kid. So ask yourself that question this week or today. If money was an object, what would you be doing?
And then take steps towards actually fulfilling that. Yourself, like, aligning yourself with that, even in the smallest way possible. Yeah. At the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the diving deep segment.
Pretty deep as well.
Cue the scuba music. And then we'll move on to our next segment. So if you're feeling stuck in the mud, this is our next segment. May help with
other
you
people
feeling
could
stuck,
relate,
you know?
Other people could relate to this situation.
Orna has a question for stuck in the mud.
I have a question. So, my friends don't support me and my new boyfriend. They said he has a bad reputation. I don't know what to do because I'm the happiest I've been in ages, but it's causing issues with my friends. Can you offer me some advice?
Thanks for being so nice and asking for us to offer advice.
Yeah.
We can offer it.
So your friends don't like your boyfriend. Well, do you know what? I don't know. It's hard to fully say if you don't. Like, we don't know that he's a bad person. Mm-hmm. She just said, "Did you say he doesn't have the best reputation?"
We've all been there. Actually.
Yeah. Well, I feel like sometimes your friends see things that you don't.
Yeah, I actually just completely queued out that question, but I'm gonna zoom back in. Yeah, your friends. Sometimes when we're actually in love, we think we're in love, but it's actually just lust or attachment. We
attachment as well.
We completely blind ourselves to the things that we don't want to see.
Or blinded by love.
Yeah, literally blinded by love. Or like we make excuses for things that we know that are red flaggish, and that we're like.
And you'll honestly take upon yourself to make excuses. I found that in the past. I'd be like, no, he only did that because I did this, and what I did wouldn't even be bad. You know, you try to justify their actions. I don't know why we do it.
Like they're just trying a girl's name come up in their phone, and you know that girl's his ex or someone he's been with, and you're like, that's probably a cousin. So actually, never mind.
And he doesn't even have any siblings. Doesn't have any cousins. You'd be like, yeah, no, it's defo his sister.
It's defo his long lost sister. I know it is.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, we do blind, and I think there is studies done where they say being in love is on the same thing as being on drugs.
Yeah, because you release oxytocin when you have sex and everything.
Yeah.
So
you'll just you're just literally blinded by love.
Yeah.
But so her friends don't like the fella she's seeing, but she feels like she's the happiest she's ever been. Well, because you're on the love high right now. Let that just settle.
Yeah, most likely this is the answer, unless your friends are just jealous, or if you hadn't mentioned the bad reputation part, I would have been okay, maybe your friends could be jealous.
Yeah,
there's multiple things. Their friends could be jealous.
Okay, but I do agree that her friends probably see something
they
that
probably
she
do. Yeah, I'm
see.
just trying to lighten the blow.
And we do think, okay, I'll be the one to change this guy. You know, he's different from me, or I'm different for him, and I can be the one to tame him. We've all fucking been there. You know, we think
nobody will change unless they have the desire in themselves to change. Think about it. You're not going to change for anybody. Unless you have the desire to change. You're not. If so and so down the road wants you to be this type of way, but that has never sparked an interest in you to be that way, you're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. So just think the same for the person that you're with. They're not going to change, probably.
Yeah, I think you need to see,
especially if they're young as well. If
clear the dust and be look at his patterns and his behaviors and see, okay, is this guy if your friends are saying, oh my god, he's this, take them, look at that, what the points that they're saying in a rational way, and say, okay, well, is he showing signs of this? Is he showing signs of this?
WebMD, Mayo Clinic.
Signs and symptoms. Did I say that right? Signs and symptoms.
Signs and symptoms of a dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, of a red flag.
WebMD.
WebMD. Yeah. That's so funny.
But and then you're happy because you're in love, you're in lust, whatever. That's why you're happy.
And he could be feeding you all the things you want to hear, and
yeah.
Just always pay attention, not even to actions, we said multiple times before, patterns, more so than anything. And you want to be able to go to your friends as well.
Yeah, you don't want to be
with problems. You don't be bottling everything inside, because I feel we do tend to. I've done that in the past.
There's nothing worse when your friends don't like a fella, and then when you do have problems, you can't go to anyone and talk about it. So I'm told you so.
Yeah, or I used to keep shit from my mom, Aileen, all my friends, and I literally just have it inside me, right. But I knew I had the awareness there. I had the awareness that it was wrong, and I feel if you get that.
And then if it comes to the thing and he is a really good guy and you are really happy and you're willing to just learn the lesson that he's about to teach you, if he turns out to be a nice guy, you just have to go up to your friend and be look, I know
this is true, that we've had this conversation not so long ago.
My face right now, if you could see it. I'm that emoji with the squiggly mouth. I'm where you're okay, look, I know this is not probably a good thing for me, or I know what this guy is but I'm just willing to get hurt and find out for myself what's gonna happen. So you either be my friend and support it, and and
you can't change anyone. You can't change your friend, we said. So there's no point in trying to change the girl.
Whenever I'm about to do a stupid thing, you're always just
before I get myself so worked up, I'd be oh my god, why can't you just see clearly? And I'd get so frustrated. But now I've just learned, obviously you're not like that anymore, but at the time I've just then learned to be whatever. And the best way to learn is to make the mistake for yourself. And once you've made that mistake for yourself, then you'll learn. And that's what I've had to do.
Yeah, so you had to
I'm not fucking an angel here either.
Yeah, but you had to let me make my
we all do it.
And we all had to learn for ourselves. So if your friends are good friends, I'll be okay, right, they'll detach from the situation, support you whenever makes you happy right now, and then just let you ride out the wave, and then when when or if you need them at the end, they'll be there for you and be like, okay, we knew this was happening, but we're here.
Get your snorkels on.
It's gonna be we're here. Like, they're here to catch you at the end. Yeah. With their little like trampoline or.
They're there to Well, hopefully it goes well for you though.
Yeah, but wish you all the best.
Wish you the best. Sending you good vibes.
Sending you good vibes. Sending you some clear glasses instead of rose-coloured ones, so you can look at him for what he really is. And but I hope he is a genuine guy. I was gonna say maybe he'll be different, but he probably.
You know what? People mature as well. Depends what age you are. As well, that can come into play.
And like this life is lessons. Like, lessons hurt, growth hurts, but that's where we learn the most, you know. Mm-hmm. So, and if we're friends, or if you're a friend of someone that's going through the same situation, just be there to support them. Like, don't say I told you so, because they're not gonna tell you how they really feel then, and they're gonna keep things for you. Just, you know, watch them ride the wave, and then just be there for them when they need you. And that's all you can do.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for listening to our TED Talk. But yeah, so that was the stuck in the mud. I think we only had one stuck in the mud today because it was kind of going off relationships. Red
flags. This is sort of red flagish as well.
Yeah, that was red flagish.
Red flagish behaviour.
Red flag-ish.
I was like thinking on the way here. I was like, why do they call it red flag? But is it because like when the beach is like the waves are bad, you put red flag to be like warning.
Yeah, it's
like
a warning. Anything's warning. Like, you know, red flag, like red light is stopping. Red flag at the beach is like do not enter. Like
red tops.
The next segment is
red flag again.
Red flag.
This podcast should be called Red Flag.
Yeah, icks and red flags.
2 red flags.
But yeah, that's our next segment is the red flag repellent, and we are both dressed very accordingly. If you can see us on YouTube, we're both wearing red tops today. So, what's our red flag question again? Oh yeah, I have it on my phone today. So, when his girlfriend knows nothing about messaging you, so do we tell her everything?
So, obviously...
a guy is obviously messaging this girl, and he has a girlfriend. The girl's wondering, do I message her and tell her everything? I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say sell him
Yeah,
out.
definitely do. Especially if you're... Like, it's right there that he's being flirty and you have the evidence of the messages and stuff like that. What the girl chooses to do with that content is completely up to her, but at least it's off your conscience and you told
exactly
her, you know what I mean?
I think sell him out.
I would
if you have no loyalty to him,
I would want someone to tell me. I'd be like, send me the screenshots, like send me everything, even though you wouldn't want to see it, you'd rather know.
You'd want to know. It's like in that Love Island episode where like they went to Casa Amor and then they were reunited, and then Paige walks back in like all happy, and
I hate when that happens.
Oh, it was so awkward. I was literally like,
I hate when that
sweating
happens.
like beads of sweat coming off my head.
It's just so awkward.
And then what's his name?
Well.
Jax was sitting there and was like, oh my god, so happy to see her. And then the girl was standing on the sideline and was like,
and Casa Amor
told Paige everything, and then at the end you could see them like when they're all hugging, saying goodbye. She's like, I just didn't want you to get mugged off, and like that's what like it is a girl's thing to do, is to tell. I think the girl so if the guy's a girlfriend and he's messaging all these free messages, like I think you're gonna have to tell her.
I would as well.
And if she gets pissed at you and was like it's your fault, whatever, like it's not, you know, like it's a mature thing for her to do, is like, thanks so much for telling me. You know?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever she chooses to do with that, what you've just told her is up to her. And, like, if she stays with him, so be it. At least that's off your chest, and you know you did the right thing in telling the girl. And obviously, nobody wants to hear that their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever significant other is texting someone else or cheating on them or whatever. But at least they can take inspired action and get rid.
And probably he's going to be pissed at you and be like, why did you tell her?
And they always try to play it down.
This actually happened to me. Remember? When he showed up at the house and was like knocking on the door.
I was like, no, I didn't get it. Oh my god, I answered the door and I was like, she's not here. He's like, yeah, she is. I can hear her. I was like, well, yeah, she is. I opened the door.
Well, this guy, me and my friend, I was like, went on a few dates with this guy. It's actually over here in Bali.
God, give the whole story away.
And I went on a date with a few dates with this guy, and then he invited me to a party, and then the girl that he was also seeing came to the same party, and then he was like,
seen both of them at the same time, basically.
At the same time, yeah, which is like, I think like you're allowed to do, but I think he was seeing the other girl like for months.
They were almost in a relationship, basically, yeah.
And then anyway, I eventually went to a different party and seen the girl and told her everything, and then she was like shook, and then
had no idea
that like actually that week she was actually with him on a like little trip away, and they were like all lovey, and I was like looking at the stories and like, oh my god, like how can she be with this guy?
She didn't know.
And like she didn't know, and like I was like sitting there being like, oh my god, like rocking back and forth thinking, do I tell her, do I not? And then I seen her at a party that weekend after she just got back.
I remember, yeah, you came up to me at the party and you were, I know.
And I was like, and then the friend was like, can you like tell me what happened at that party the other day when I
went up to the fellas. I was like, "You're a dickhead."
Yeah,
and just
because I just left the party after I seen him with that girl. But anyway, and then I told the girl everything that like all the drama, not the drama, but all the tea. Spilt the tea, and the girl was like so upset. Shook. Hadn't got an idea that he was like gone had been like on a few dates with me.
2-timing. Or maybe 3 times.
And then he like showed up at my house the next day. And
was after like, the party, I was severely hungover. Answered the door. This mystery man was like, "Where's your sister?" I was like, "She ain't here. She's not here."
And then I was like, and I knew he was gonna come. Do you know? All morning I was like sitting on my couch, being like,
she heard the bike and she was like, Orna, and I was like, hardly. I opened the door and I was like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah, and then I was like, he was like, "Why did you tell her?" And I was like, "I have no loyalty to you. Like you mugged me off. You mugged her off. Like of course we're gonna be back in."
He was just sorry he got caught. Like
yeah, he was not
sorry
like,
he got caught.
And he was like, I was like, why did you show up to my house? And he was like, I just want to tell you you're an idiot. And I was like, okay,
you're the fucking idiot, like.
Yeah.
Not
anyway,
you, obviously. I mean him.
Turns out me and the girl are actually really good friends now, and
we all formed a beautiful friendship out of the situation, which was super great. Nice.
So me and her were actually really good friends. And I hope he's healed from his.
Yeah, I hope he's healed as well.
I hope he's healed his heart and learned that like
you can't do that.
You can't.
You will get caught.
You can't go around doing that.
You will get caught doing that.
But yeah, I had no loyalty to him, so I had to tell her everything, and like no regrets telling her anything. And like
if you feel like you want to tell them and it's on your conscience, just do it because
and like
you'll feel better for it as well.
And if they're annoyed at you and being like, oh well, like you shouldn't be texting my fella, like that's just they don't want to hear the truth, but they need to hear the truth, you know. Yeah, and like the boy is gonna be annoyed either way because he's gonna be sorry he got caught. And but also, everyone's gonna learn a beautiful lesson
now as well. If you know he has a girlfriend, like don't entertain it unless you're gonna like use it against him.
That's even toxic. Also, yeah, fair enough, you're talking to him and you don't know he has a girlfriend.
Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe be like, do you know, maybe don't even give him later on to him.
But, like, if you, like, don't know his girlfriend, you text him fine, but then you find out his girlfriend and then he continues to text you, then I would go tell the girlfriend.
Yeah, then I'd tell the girlfirend. I wouldn't, like,
and a lot of the time you could be like to the fella, don't you have a girlfriend? Like, oh, we broke up and all.
Or they'd be like, oh, we're only friendly. Like, we're only friends. Like, what are you doing? That's why if people, like, ask you to go for a coffee or something, you'd only be like, straight off the bat,
like
a boyfriend or something. Do you know what I mean? Well, although you would, but
making you think that was
because then they're like, oh, it was just friends. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. I actually seen this thread. On.
Speaking of red flags
on Instagram, it's so funny. It's that Little Miss and Mr. Men trend that's going on right now.
It was on the Serotonin sister story.
Yeah,
actually.
I put on the stories, but if you're on YouTube, you can see the
pictures.
You can see the picture. So there's a few of them. I'll read them out because they're so funny. Okay, so this one's Mr. Only give bare minimum and then gaslight you when you ask for more.
What is gaslighting? I was going to ask you this earlier, but I wanted to say it for the podcast.
Well, like, say I'm saying, like, you would be like, he'd be real flirty with you, and then you'd say to him, like, oh, do you have a girlfriend? Don't you have a girlfriend? He's like, oh, well, only, like,
okay,
saying,
what I just said, like
we're mates and all, blah, 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 like, or, like, when you say, only give you bare minimum and then gaslight you when you ask for more. This is, like, you know, making you feel like bad for asking for more, and like
if you know you're
like, what you mean, like I give you loads, like blah blah blah, like, and then you're like, oh well, then it makes you second guess yourself.
Then you're like, oh,
when you gaslight, it's like making you second guess yourself
when you're right in the first place, and they're the ones
when you're
that
not even
in
exactly
the wrong. Yeah, oh god, yeah, that's defo red flag.
Oh, this one's hilarious. Mr. Afraid of commitment but not afraid to stick it in raw. I mean, if she has your baby, so there's going to be a lot of commitment there. So,
oh my god. Scared of commitment. That's a lot of men, though, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah, there are.
Or initially, anyways.
Yeah, initially scared of commitment, or just don't want to commit because they're waiting for something
better. Or if they've been hurt in the past, which is more so girl. I can't say that, though, can I? I mean, it could be both parties. Who knows?
Yeah.
Both parties. I think I'm saying both parties.
Both parties. Mr. Show her a lot of attention and then withdraw so she becomes attached.
Is anybody actually that calculated to do that, though?
Yeah, of course. That's what love bombing is.
So she becomes attached. Why would you want someone to be attached? Why would you want someone to be attached if you're just gonna fuck off? Like,
because like they just love the attention, like love the like.
That is crazy. I can't actually believe that people
think
like
it's
that.
It's real life.
I know, but I just thank God I've never experienced. Well,
she'll show her a lot of attention and then withdraw, so she becomes attached. They like give you all this attention, like la la la, and then they're like actually. Either, like, sometimes they get scared, they're like, you know, they're like, oh, God, they realise they're falling for you, and they pull back, or sometimes, like, some of them can just actually be that toxic that they're like...
Obviously, their ego needs to be filled. They're like, okay, I am wanted by this person. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm wanted by this person,
yeah,
so...
two things can happen there. They realise they're falling too much, and then they get scared and pull back because they don't want to get hurt, or they're genuinely just, like, an asshole, and, like... be like, fuck this girl, I'm moving on to next, and like pull back off you, and they're giving another girl attention, and you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me, blah blah blah, but secretly just off with some other young one, like.
Or else like people just, it's like a dopamine hit. Say for example, like you get it from eating a bar of chocolate, you get it from scrolling for 5 minutes on Instagram, but then the 5 minutes doesn't do it, and then you need 10. So saying one girl doesn't do it any more than you need two girls doesn't do it any more than you need 3. Do you know what I mean? And people get a thrill out of like having a few girls at the same time.
Or they get we know. Or they get complacent, like, with the girl they're seeing, so they just, like, withdraw from her and then go see a new girl. Most of the time it's go and see a new girl because they're bored of the current one.
Or, like, ghost you.
That's, like, major red flag.
Ghosting.
Okay, next one. Mr. Future Faker, let me sell you the stream so you'll fall for me, although I don't intend on being here in the future.
That's, like, just constantly shy-talking, basically.
Yeah, I'd be like,
filling you with bullshit. Yeah, like, do you know, I don't go based on words anymore. It's obviously so nice to hear words and, like... all the things that can happen and blah, 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 blah. But I wouldn't base my relationship off them words because I need to be... Actions obviously speak louder than words. 1 million times over, you know?
Yeah, when they're just like, oh, no, we're going to be together forever. And, like, we're going to go trips and all. And then you're like, there. And then you're always thinking of, like, when you have moments of doubt and you're, like, you're always thinking of the what could be rather than the what is happening.
We seem to fall in love with, like, the potential of someone rather than the actual person. It's like what Vex King put up years ago now when I was 19. It's like you fall in love with a movie character, you create this person in your head, and then it doesn't even exist. Like, you're placing these values and these characters onto a person that doesn't even have them. You know what I mean? Like, okay, loyalty, like, that's not in that person, so get it out of your head.
Yeah, you're just thinking of the what could be. You're like, well, like, you know, he could change, or like, you know, he could be this, but like, you're
again,
not looking at him
the rose-coloured glasses.
Yeah, you're not looking at what he is, like, how he's treating you, what he's doing for you, like, right now, do you know? And he'll also tell you bullshit because he wants you to stay there with him, but...
We're selling clear glasses, if anybody...
Yeah, we're selling fog-proof glasses where bullshit does not get through them.
Bullshit-free.
Okay, next one. Mr. Love Bomber.
We spoke about that last week.
Yeah, we all know what that is. Mr. Gotta have multiple women because I'm insecure as
fuck. Oh my God, this is literally what we said as well. Just passing, no.
Yeah, that's what we said. Like, they just either don't get the dopamine hit from one anymore, or like...
maybe it stems from, like, their past, or obviously their childhood.
Yeah, well,
and
most
stuff like
of these
that.
red flag people are just red flags because they have trauma and they don't know how to deal with it.
We all think we're Bob the Builder and that we can fix it.
Yeah, or a rehab centre. Like, literally...
But they need to have the...
Like, we're not therapists.
The interest in it to themselves, and they
don't. Like, if you really are, like...
Some people do have
and you can, like, heal together and grow together, but, like, if this person's shown complete signs of not wanting to heal and he's just, like...
And so unaware, or even if they have... The worst thing is, if they have... Fair enough if they don't have the awareness, then you're like, oh, but you don't want to teach them, grand. If they have the awareness and they continue to do the same shit, run... for your absolute life. Like, run, please.
Yeah, if the awareness is there and they're still...
No, because that's not okay.
You know, if they tell you who they are, believe them.
Yeah. Let's just say if they show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, more like that. Actually, because words mean shit.
Like we just said.
Okay, next one. Mr. I'm not loyal, but I expect you to be.
Oh, fuck off. This is literally me in the last. Not me. I wasn't the mister. I was the missus.
Yeah, boys want their cake and they want to eat it too.
Yeah, no way. Sorry. Absolutely not. Like, I'd do the smallest thing and they'd be like, question mark would be like, oh my God, why are you wearing that? And then that person would be out cheating on me at these multiple festivals doing all this shit, and I'd be like, oh, right, well, I can't wear this top, do this, do you know what I mean? Just like, double standards.
They just want their cake and eat it. Like, they want you to be there for them whatever they want, and then, you know, but they wouldn't be out seeing multiple girls or, like, texting other girls and stuff. Wait, this sounds like a full-on man-hater podcast.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
This is just a segment.
I just absolutely spat over there. It could be both ways. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not just men.
Yeah, this is red flaggish behaviour in both parties. Yeah, in both parties. Men and women. Like, this is not... This segment is red flag. So we're highlighting, like, the red flags.
And because we're women, we can refer to men. But
yeah. Women can refer to women, men can refer to men.
It works in whatever way.
We all are, like, they're all just personality traits and, like, human behaviour, humans are complex
people.
Okay, next one.
Species.
Mister, I need you to prove yourself to me before I provide you with any good treatment.
Although I feel like I'd be kind of like that as well. Like, you're initially like that to anybody. Like, you wouldn't give in easily. Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, if you see... You're gonna... Okay, how do I say this? This is like the whole...
I need you to prove yourself to me before I provide you any good treatment.
No, not good treatment. Be respectful to everybody, but...
Yeah, well, this is what this one is.
Okay,
this guy's like, you need to show me, like, why you deserve
absolutely
attention.
Not. It's like God complex, basically.
Yeah, God complex.
God complex. No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, treat everybody... Equally.
And then obviously the more they show you like they love you, and like the more they show you that they like,
and you don't
you're worth like their time, like,
and you don't want to think that your significant other is punching or you're punching or you're not punching, because you know what I mean, like, you can't be like, I'm better than you or he's better than me, because
get off your pedestal,
you're either putting yourself down or you're putting the other person down, and that's not good either way.
And relationships don't work that way either.
It needs to be equal.
When you're thinking like, oh, he's better than me, because then you're like, and you'll let him away with behaviour that, because you're like, well, he's better than me, or else if he's thinking he's better than you, he won't treat you like you deserve.
And then if you're not confident enough in yourself, you'll begin to question yourself and be like, do you know what, maybe I'm not that good. And
then that's how you get low self-esteem.
No, 100%, and it happens. Like, it really does, yeah.
And last one, Mister can't act right for longer than a week. This is like our patterns.
Yeah, that's
like when they like show, when they were like, no, right, I swear, like, I'll change this time, and they change for a week, and then they like...
When you have to teach someone how to be in a relationship, whether it be like exclusive, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, friendships, like, it shouldn't require work. It's fair enough if you're 15, 16, growing up and you're all learning these things together, and I know you're learning at every age, but if you're in a mature relationship and you have to teach someone how to be with you, like, it's just not something... Yeah, like you want to be doing. Like,
let them know like what you like, and like what, like,
that's different.
Like, it hurts my feelings when you say this and stuff, like, and then like you're letting them know, but you don't have to like
the
teach
boundaries.
them,
like you can't go out and kiss other people.
Just to be clear, like it's not okay to sleep in someone else's bed, like,
and then come to me 5 hours later. Okay, it's not okay.
So you can't like teach someone, but you can obviously let them know, like, that hurts my feelings.
And people are stupid as well. They know. Like, if they're doing such
everyone has like
idiotic things.
Everyone has morals. Some people like value their morals.
Unless you're a sociopath or psychopath, then apparently you don't have morals. Like, you wait to read the room. So say if something got announced, like, oh, my dog just died, and I see Avine crying, I'm like, okay. It's sad. It must be sad.
Yeah, that's like.
But we're not sociopaths here, so we're psychopaths. Actually, I don't know if that's like all of them, but it definitely is. A good book to read is The Laws of Human Nature.
But to read it and be aware that's not being used on you, not to use it to manipulate other people.
Manipulate other people, yeah. And there's a concise version as well, because the other one is like fecking this size. Like.
And our friend Gabby always says the 48 Laws of Power or something.
Apparently they're not allowed that in prison. I don't know how true that is. But so if you're in prison, don't get it.
Yeah. If you're listening and you're in prison, thanks for listening. We hope your sentence finishes soon.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Did you see they brought Stephen Bartlett's podcast into prison?
Did they?
Unreal, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Woo! Go you. This is a podcast for Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah. And then we'll go into our next segment because we don't want this to turn into a man-hating podcast. Men, we love you.
It's that, like we're saying,
women, we love you.
Everyone, we love you.
Humans as a
collective,
we love you. Okay?
It's not just men. It's women as well. It's
everybody. It's human behaviour.
It's human behaviour, yeah.
You know, triggering, just red flaggish, that we just want to make people aware of, so they're not getting played and hurting their hearts, and from life experience. And also, if you feel like 24 and 22 years of
and you could be like, oh, maybe I do this sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And you don't notice it. It's just to bring it to your awareness as well. You know.
Yeah, improve your self-awareness.
And we're not perfect either. We don't.
Well, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll do our adventure time because we always get questions on Bali and travel. Someone said, how to stay focused on career goals while traveling.
Oh God, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like when you travel, your career goals change because
I do agree.
You see different opportunities of like what career could be. So when you're at home, you think like, okay, I'm gonna go 9 to 5.
It's what you're around by. It's what your environment is. Like I went to college and studied bioscience. Don't know why, but anyway, studied that, and I think in like my third year I was like, right, well, I'm not working in a lab anyways because I couldn't think of anything worse. But then again, I was still surrounded by like the same jobs just swirling around my head. But then once I traveled, I was like, oh my yeah, there is so many different job opportunities out there. Like people create jobs out of anything. Like,
and we've seen that through like OnlyFans and like.
And my 2 friends came out here as well and
selling feet pics like.
Yeah, my 2 friends came out here and they were like, oh my God, we see that there's so many different job opportunities available, and it's not just like there's typical ones that you hear at home, and obviously that's fine if you want to do that, but there's like a lot to do with like technology, social media, like e-commerce. It's like, we're not saying they're easy jobs, they're not, but if
and
you're,
even
like,
if I was like
passionate
in
about
school now and like I was doing my leaving cert, like in school, if anyone is in school and they listen to this, I would like opt for, if you're going to study in college, I would opt for something that you can do online or something computer based, so that you can travel with, like something that you can like is like high in demand and needed, like, but also that you can like do on a computer and do from anywhere in the world.
Well, I feel like if I enjoyed science, I could think of a way to do it online, but I just don't. So therefore, it's just not swirling around my head.
I mean,
anymore.
you've learned skills and like
of course,
from
transferable
going to
skills,
college and like studying how to like what bacteria. So I'm like,
but I wouldn't be worried if
we're like in Bali and I get Bali belly, I'm like, I wonder what bacteria do I have in my stomach,
and I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't listen. No, but like if you feel like college just really isn't for you, and like you're not, it's not going to be a vibe for you. It's not the be all and end all. Like, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear this, or if there's anybody that's like, oh, shut the fuck up, but it's not. It really isn't.
Exactly. And you've been, I didn't go. I was dropout twice. And you've been and went, and you still like.
That's just my opinion.
And if you're studying something you love, and that's amazing. I'm actually so happy for you.
Well done.
Well done, honestly. But yeah, staying career focused while traveling, it changes all the time. Like, there's a lot of serendipity, like happy mistakes. You can make connections with people, and your career can change.
Really good for connections.
You can network, and you can build your career with someone else.
You might know how to go about making your idea reality, basically, and then you go tell someone your idea, and they're like, oh my God, this is how you start this would be so good, and then you go into partnership together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, networking is really good. So when you're traveling, like, your career goal will probably change, and like maybe come to life, maybe
and if it doesn't, you might just be able to implement it quicker than you thought, or something, you know what I mean, if you already have one. So
someone said best activities in Bali.
God,
we were probably the worst Bali tour guides ever. Like,
Bali wakeboarding park.
Oh yeah, the wakeboarding, that's actually really fun.
That's actually really fun.
But it's not like exclusive to Bali. I'm sure you can do it anywhere in the world. But if you come here, the wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding.
I know a few pro wakeboarders.
Surfing.
Surfing, of course. Like this.
Pole dancing is good as well.
But yeah, a lot of people do that, connect to your feminine. The spiritual side of things in Ubud, I feel like I'm like really bent into my phone. The spiritual side of things up in Ubud, like yoga, pyramids, chi, meditation, sound healing.
Mount Batur for like an active hiking. That's so, it's if you get a good, I mean, it's nice anyways, but if you get a good sunrise, it's literally insane. I can't describe it. You can go see
go snorkel and swim with the dolphins in Lavina and do it like on a 5 a.m. sunrise dolphin tour. We still have to do that.
I haven't done that yet.
I want to do that still.
You can go to different islands.
Nusa Dua, Nusa Penida. Jet ski and like stay in luxurious accommodations.
What was the question?
Activities in Bali. I mean, there's just loads to do, and we're probably
there is loads to do. You can go quad biking, which is like ATV. I say AV8. I'm like, what even is AV8?
In Ubud, and then
sunbathe on the beach, drink a coconut. Although when you look up things, like, sometimes I don't know what to do on the weekend.
The monkey bars in Ubud.
Yeah, I don't know what to do on the weekend, and I'm like, what do you do? But a lot of it's just beach clubs, chill.
Yeah, it depends like what if you're. I'm not really that much into sightseeing.
I feel like I've seen it all, even though I definitely have not
definitely
seen it all. I haven't. It's just...
I just like to relax every day. In the sun every day, if you can't tell. I think I look more time.
Oh, she's so much better than me.
But there is islands around Bali that are like...
Komodo. No, that's not in Bali, though. That's Indonesia.
Yeah, but like around Bali. Like Komodo, where they have those dragons and pink sand beaches that I'm still yet to go to. Lombok.
Yeah, Lombok.
Like,
beautiful that is surfing. Komodo, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it's part of.
My geography is not.
Yeah, it's part of. Gili Tea is so good. The beaches are insane. Lovely little island. Nobody's allowed cars. It's only bikes.
Yeah.
Like.
But yeah, so I mean, we're not great tour guides for Bali.
No, we're
like
really
we're
not.
Great advocates for coming here and living your best life.
Mm-hmm. Or anywhere in the world you want to go.
Yeah, anywhere. So yeah, we don't like going on too much about travel time because
it's not for
everybody.
Hopefully. It would inspire travel if you were thinking about it, though. Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like we went into depth in our... That's why I love our segments, because it just give us like...
Yeah, we only literally plan a few things, then we just go... Blah, 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 blah,
yeah, we write over here, so if you watch on YouTube, you can see us
and we're looking over
on the right. But it's only because we have like pointers, so we don't go off topic, even though we always go off topic.
That was us rambling for 50 minutes.
That's us rambling for like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's why you tune in to listen to us.
That's why I like having someone to do it with, because if I was sitting here on my own, I'd be like, crickets.
Yeah.
So you just bounce off each other. I wish we got Mom on when she was here.
Oh, that would
have been great.
But if anyone has like any master, like I'm sure we could just approach a random red flag in the nightclub, like, hey, you want to be in our podcast? You want to interview a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, keep sending in your questions, dilemmas. We might even start making them anonymous so that, like...
You can send in whatever. Even if it's the most fucked up thing ever. No judgment here.
Yeah, all for the entertainment purposes.
We just,
if you're okay with that.
Unsolicited advice, because, again, we are not life coaches.
We are not life coaches. We are not therapists. We are not rehab centers.
We are just two shy talkers.
2 brown sauce on top.
Follow us on TikTok, Serotonin Sisters 22.
Yeah,
I was going to say at Gmail.
Instagram, Serotonin _sisters _ Yeah. Someone stole the actual Serotonin Sisters. But yes, thank you for listening to the podcast. I had fun recording it.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not man haters. We're really not. The human being as a collective. We love men.
We clearly aren't man haters. Like, it's obvious. If you know, you know.
Clearly. Oh. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of your week, beautiful weekend, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.